From Lou Rotino Gymnasium on the campus of Union High School in Union, New Jersey, Stateliner Sports Network proudly presents Phillipsburg High School Wrestling. This afternoon, it's the final round of the NJSIAA Rothman Orthopedics Region 4 tournament. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mike Moore, and along with Bob Kerp, we'll be bringing you all the hold-by-hold of this afternoon's final round. Phillipsburg Wrestling is brought to you on the Stateliner Sports Network by Rothman Orthopedics, proud to be the exclusive partner of the NJSIAA and to support Stateliner Athletics. Visit RothmanOrtho.com to make an appointment and stop dealing with pain. By Ahart, Frinzi & Smith, recognized as one of the leading insurance agencies in the United States. Find out more at afsinsurance.com. By Urco Credit Union, 450 Hillcrest Boulevard in Phillipsburg and 2240 Northampton Street in Easton. Great rates, low fees. Clean up those after the holidays bills with a low-cost personal loan. Visit us at urcocu.com. By Buxton Athletic Training Center in Randolph, New Jersey. For all of your wrestling training needs year-round, world-class coaching and top-notch wrestlers of all ages. Follow them on Instagram at Buxton Athletics and on Facebook at BuxtonAthleticTrainingCenter.com. By the Firth Youth Center, a proud promoter of youth athletics. Find them at www.firthyouthcenter.com. By Open Mic, for exclusive coverage of the Stateliners and the entire Hunterd and Warren, Sussex area, follow Mike Weileman's blog at mikeopen.blogspot.com. Follow the Stateliners on Facebook at Phillipsburg HS Wrestling. And follow Phillipsburg Wrestling on Twitter at PbergHS, WRESTLIN. We're opening the program with the Hall of Fame inductions. And Thad Turner, the Stateliner head coach from the 1960s who put this program on the map, is the first inductee. And we'll be quiet here for a couple moments, see if you can pick up the public address announcer.
Overall record, and his 31-1-2 dual meet record is still the 9th best winning percentage in school history. He finished second in the nation at 157 pounds in 1960. He also won the EIWA championship that year and added another title in 1961 when he was voted the tournament's most outstanding wrestler. At Phillipsburg, Turner took over an abysmal program with a combined program record of 55, 105, and 2. Turner is now considered the godfather of wrestling tradition that we know today at Phillipsburg. During his tenure from 1962 to 1970, Turner's teams combined for a record of 98, 14, and 4. Prior to Turner, Phillipsburg had never defeated their arch rival, Easton, Pennsylvania. Turner's teams won 9 straight Easton matches, which is even more remarkable when you consider that Phillipsburg has only defeated Easton 17 times in their history. During the end of his tenure at Phillipsburg, Turner's team strung together more than 2 full seasons, 58 straight matches, undefeated. Turner coached 8 Phillipsburg wrestlers to individual New Jersey state championships. During his tenure, the moniker, The Pig, was adopted as the name for Phillipsburg Home Gymnasium. Due to his coaching success at Phillipsburg, Turner was recruited to coach Lehigh University. His success there is also the reason that Lehigh's home gymnasium is referred to as the Snake Pit to this day. According to his biography on the Lehigh Athletics webpage, When one talks about the tradition of the Lehigh wrestling program, one of the first names that should come to mind is former wrestler and head coach Thad Turner. The website also notes Turner was Lehigh's 4th wrestling coach. He led Lehigh to a 171, 104, and 5 record from 1970 to 1988, a span of 18 seasons. He was selected National Coach of the Year in 1979, when Lehigh finished 3rd at the NCAA Championship. He was also selected Eastern Coach of the Year in 1975. Turner coached 14 top 10 finishes in NCAA team scoring, including 4 fifth-place finishes and the aforementioned 3rd place in 1979. He coached 6 wrestlers to 9 NCAA championships, 38 wrestlers to 62 EIWA titles, 22 wrestlers to 43 All-American honors, and 1 Most Outstanding Wrestler in the NCAA tournament. The 1975 team captured 7 of the 10 individual EIWA champs. The 2019 Region Hall of Fame inductee, Thad Turner of Phillipsburg High School.
And he gets a standing ovation from the Stateliner fans who are here today at Union. There is no doubt that he put the program on the map. In 9 seasons, he went 98, 14, and 4 and became the power in New Jersey wrestling. And prior to that, Phillipsburg was not on the state power map. And he left Phillipsburg to go to Lehigh with a 51-match unbeaten streak that began in the 65-66 season, because they just didn't wrestle the number of dual meets back then. And he left after the 1970 season. He had 8 state champions in Phillipsburg in 9 years as a head coach, and became a state championship selection was something that was almost taken for granted in those days. So Thad Turner went on again to an outstanding career as a head coach at Lehigh, where he was an outstanding wrestler himself. And Lehigh wrestles their home matches in Lehman Turner Arena, named after former coach Jerry Lehman, who was the coach prior to Thad leaving for Lehigh.
Coach Post was explaining to us that the framed award that they presented at the center of the mat included a sketch done by a Phillipsburg High School student, current student, based on a photograph from that 60s era when Turner. It's a remarkable resemblance.
So as we enter the finals today, Phillipsburg has the most. They have 5 in the finals. Roselle Park, St. Peter's, and Westfield each have 3. Rawway has 2, Watchung Hills has 2, and 1 each for A.L. Johnson, Bound Brook, Brearley, Bridgewater, Carteret, Colonia, Middlesex Dunellen, New Providence, Voorhees, and Seton Hall Prep. Seton Hall Prep is actually going to advance the most wrestlers to the state tournament, because they will have 5 going for 3rd place, and 3rd and 4th does advance to the state tournament in Atlantic City next week. Phillipsburg got shut out of the 3rd 4 place winners. They will have 4 wrestling for 5th place. Jake Wicks will default his match, injury default his match at 182. So Jake will finish in 6th, but Phillipsburg will have 3 other competitors for 5th place. They're going to wrestle right in front of our Stateliner Sports camera for the championship round, and then in the far 2 corners will be for 3rd and for 5th place. In the finals, This afternoon there are 16 seniors, 5 juniors, 6 sophomores, and a freshman. All 14 top seeds made it to the finals. There are 7 seconds and 7 thirds, so no one lower than a third seed made it to the finals, and I think that's when you've got pretty good seeding determined when that's how you get them to the finals today. We will run down the finals lineup for you. We're going to begin at 182 pounds. It'll be John Poznansky of Colonia, the District 15 champ, top seed, junior 34-1. He'll face Tim Miller of Westfield, the District 14 runner-up. He is a 3 seed and a senior 25-5. 195, Sebastian Iakachevich. Excuse me, that's Iakchevich from Johnson. A.L. Johnson, a senior 28-1 against Phillipsburg's Austin Roth, the District 13 champ, the 2nd seed. He's a senior 32-5.
Number 2, St. Peter's Brett, 20-5.
Iakuchevich and Roth. 220, Nick Colucci of St. Peter's.
2019, Phillipsburg with an 18-3 record.
Colucci's the top seed from District 16, a senior 32-4 against Joshua Derisme of Rahway. He's the District 15 champ. He is a junior 30-3. 285, Luis Fernandez of Voorhees, the District 14 champ, the top seed. Is a senior 41-0. Facing Jervy Sistrunk of Boundbrook, the District 15 champ, the 2nd seed. He is a senior 36-2. 106 pounds, Logan Matsko of Phillipsburg, District 13 champ, top seed, a sophomore 31-9. Facing Nick Colello of Watchung Hills, the District 15 runner-up. He is a 3rd seed, and he is a freshman. He is 29-4. At 113 pounds, Pat Phillips of Brearley, the District 15 champ, the top seed, a sophomore 31-1. Facing Gabe Leo of Roselle Park, the 2 seed, the District 13 champ. He's a senior 29-6. 120, Luke Hurley of Westfield, the District 14 champ. He is a junior, 35-2, top seed. Facing Pat Adams of St. Peter's, the District 16 champ, the 3 seed. He's a sophomore, 26-11. 126, Eddie Hummel of Roselle Park, the District 13 champ, the top seed, a sophomore 33-4, versus CJ Composto of Westfield, the District 14 champ, the 2 seed, a junior. He is 29-1. 132, the top seed, Mark Montgomery of Roselle Park, the District 13 champion. Top seed, senior 32-2, facing the 2 seed, a rematch from last week, Travis Jones of Phillipsburg. The runner-up, a senior, is 35-4. 138 pounds, Kyle Tino of Phillipsburg, the District 13 champ, top seed, a senior 30-10, will face the 3 seed, Troy O'Connor of Middlesex, the District 15 runner-up. He's a sophomore, 24-7. 145, Rise Royster of Rahway, the top seed, District 15 champ, a senior, 31-1, against the 2 seed, Matt Sacco of Bridgewater, the District 14 champ. He's a senior, 33-0. At 152 pounds, the top seed, Phillipsburg senior Cody Harrison, the District 13 champ. He is 34-2, facing the District 16 champ and 3 seed, Seton Hall's Jack Wilt, a sophomore. He is 29-7. At 160, Joe D'Elia of New Providence, a senior, 35-3, the District 13 champ and the top seed. And another rematch from District 13's finals last week. He'll face Jacob Vega of Carteret, District 13 runner-up. He is a junior. He is 37-2. And at 170, James Cruz of St. Peter's Prep, a senior, 34-4. He's a District 16 champ and the top seed, facing Vince Mataliano of Watchung Hills, District 15 champ, the 3 seed, a senior, 26-2, and right now everyone has been asked to stand for the playing of our national anthem. Our national anthem from Lou Rattino Gymnasium here in Union. Just one correction before we start. Dave Leone, who has written the Welcome to the Pit book, correcting me. Coach Turner's unbeaten streak started in the 66-67 season, not 65-66, and that reached 58 before Phillipsburg was beaten in 1971 by Liberty. All right, right in front of us, we're going to start at 182 pounds. John Poznansky of Colonia, the top seed, District 15 champ. He is a junior, 34-1. Facing Tim Miller of Westfield, the District 14 runner-up, 3 seed. 3 seed, he is a senior, 25-5. All of the finals matches will be wrestled right in front of us. Miller is in the Westfield lighter blue. Poznansky of Colonia, darker blue with the, there's some yellow or gold in that trim on the right side. C in the back. Poznansky with a front head and arm, ankle pick, and Poznansky has a takedown and leads 2-0. They go off to our right, back to the center.
Poznansky beat Linden's Mike Afalabi, 8-4 in the semifinals. Miller beat Bridges' Brett McMath, 3-2.
Poznansky will cut him, and it's 2-1. Looking takedowns again here in the first. Poznansky tries to sweep the left leg, can't pull it in. .40 seconds gone here in the first. Barrel roll by Poznansky. He's in on the right leg now behind the knee. Finishes that, he's got his second takedown. And Poznansky leads 4-1. Riding out the left side, right hand thigh pry. Keeps his weight high on the back of Miller. 50 seconds to wrestle here in the first. He's going to cut him. On the escape, 4-2. Poznansky of Colonia over Miller of Westfield. Another ankle pick to the leg and a cradle Poznansky has a cradle. He's got Miller on his back. Body press on the right shoulder. Miller trying to bridge off here. Got a lot of time, and the fall comes in 1 minute and 37 seconds for John Poznansky of Colonia. So Poznansky, our first titleist of the afternoon, at 182. Time of the fall, 1 minute 27.
And he really worked that hand behind the head to bring Miller down for all three of those takedowns.
I want to correct, I think that was 1 minute 37. And they'll wrestle a bout or a weight class at a time, so they will wait for the third place bout to be completed. But Poznansky of Colonia out of District 15, the first title, and second going to District 14 and Westfield.
All head coaches, make sure you pick up your outstanding wrestler ballot at the table next to the Stateliner Sports Network table. There's a table with a stack of outstanding wrestler
Well, the ballots will be right to our right. How about that? For the most outstanding wrestler. So 195 will be next. Sebastian Iacauchivi against Austin Roth at Phillipsburg.
Iacauchivi won his bout in the semifinals at 195 with a fall in 5:36 using a bar against John Duza of Watchung Hills. And Roth also won by a fall against Andrew Diodato of Somerville.
That third place match is just in the second period. That's being wrestled Brett McMath of Bridgewater, who's in the black singlet, and Michael Afalabi of Linden in the gray and white. That is Afalabi, who is trailing 7-2 in the red ankle band. A lot of discussion, online, Facebook these last few days about the decision to wrestle all three places at once rather than go with the exposure to the finals. The third place match at 195 will be between Diodato of Somerville and Page of Rawway, and then the fifth place bout between Brendan Loader of Westfield and John Duza of Watchung Hills. The third place bout now in the third period, with McMath on top of Afalabi 7-3.
As we speculated before everything started here, this kind of leaves a bit of downtime for the wrestlers as they wait for the entire weight class to clear. I think we've seen this done other times where they just wrestle them consecutively and let them run. Some get ahead of others.
Yeah, I think they wrestled the third in West Orange. They wrestled the third, and there were 3 mats in the West Orange Region 3. And then we had 2 mats when we were with at Wallkill Valley in Region 1 when they wrestled the consolation rounds. Afalabi just got snapped to his back. They've got 50 seconds to wrestle on that one, but McMath of Bridgewater will be in command 12-3 if he doesn't stick him with this headlock. trying to get more weight on the right shoulder. 3 backs, and he leads 12-3. "16 seconds to go as they go off, and we await the start of 195 and Phillipsburg's Austin Roth. Afalabi looking for a throw if he can. That one will end 12-4 for McMath of Bridgewater.
The top 4 finishers in the 182-pound weight class, please remain available for award presentations immediately following the 195-pound weight class.
That's McMath of Bridgewater in District 14 for a third, and Afalabi of District 16 for a fourth.
195-pound weight class. Sebastian Yakushevitz, Johnson, Austin Roth, Phillipsburg. Wrestling for 3rd place, Andrew Diodato, Somerville, Shanae Page.
All right, Austin Roth of Phillipsburg
Wrestling for 5th
against Sebastian Iakuchevich of A.L. Johnson, who is a senior 28-1.
Immediately following this bout,
Wrestler's circle to the right.
we'll have
Roth very good on his feet for a 195-pounder.
And a Region 3 Hall of Fame induction.
No advantage here. They've wrestled 30 seconds.
Result.
Roth fakes the leg attack, as does Iakuchevich, who crawls in at Roth.
Winner by
Roth tapping at the mat. Iakuchevich reaches for a leg, can't pull it in.
Raritan. Score 12-4.
Circle at the edge. Referee for this bout is Mike Internasha. Power shrug attempted, and Iakuchevich tried to get in on a leg. Roth circles. Roth reaches for a leg, can't get it. Iakuchevich tried to spin around. Roth blocks him off, and there's no advantage here. They've wrestled a minute 16. Coming up on the 30-second mark in a scoreless first. Best shot was by Iakuchevich.
Iakuchevich's semifinal bout was very low scoring until the 3rd period when he sunk in a deep bar and was able to use that for his pin.
They circle again at the edge. Iakuchevich with Johnson across the chest in the light blue. Roth tries to underhook. And the first period scoreless at 195. Roth will go underneath to start the second as Iakuchevich deferred. Roth gets set. Left hand tight waist, right elbow. Iakuchevich trying to break down Roth on the whistle. Controls that right wrist. Roth picks that off. Roth tried to get to his knees. Iakuchevich broke him down. Riding out the left side. Roth again to his knees. It's a fight for hand and wrist control underneath. Iakuchevich tying up the left wrist of Roth. Roth again to his knees. Iakuchevich trying to tilt him to his right. Roth trying to reach back for a leg, trying to come out and face him. Ayakuchevich controlling those wrists again. Got 1 minute to wrestle in the second. Still no score. Austin Roth of Phillipsburg underneath. And Sebastian Ayakuchevich of Johnson on top. Roth tried to stand, and Ayakuchevich broke him back down.
This was Roth's choice to be underneath, but that's the first time he came up off the mat.
45 seconds to go here. Roth to his knees, again reaching back, trying to work a Peterson. Ayakuchevich maintaining control. Roth tries to stand, broken back down. Wraps that tight waist around the right side. Tries to take control of the right wrist. Roth picks that off. Roth again trying to reach back to set up a roll. 15 seconds to go. Ayakuchevich has his right leg tied up. Roth still trying to come out and face him if he can. And Ayakuchevich breaks him down to his hip. Roth turning in, 2 seconds. One, got the reversal and back points. 4-point play for Roth in the final 2-3 seconds.
Nothing happened until it did. He finally got the roll that he wanted. And I think that was more Ayakuchevich pushing into Roth in frustration and Roth using that momentum against him.
That was 4 points in probably less than 3 seconds.
Yeah, it was quick, very quick, and near the edge.
Ayakuchevich is underneath. Roth with a 4-0 lead, throws a leg in, wants that cross-face cradle, and he got a little sloppy with it. And Ayakuchevich reverses, and it is 4-2 Roth. Roth the winner in the quarters by fall in 3:26 over Kevin Fern of Ridge. And in the semis, the winner by fall in 2:31 over Andrew Diodato of Somerville. Ayakuchevich trying to turn Roth to his right. He rode him out in the second, but not come close to turning him. Now he wants to bar the right arm. Roth trying to sit and turn in, and he's cross faces, and he's got a reversal. Roth has a reversal and leads 6-2. Cups him under the chin, has a leg hook trying to turn him to his left. 1 count, 2, 3, 4, 5. Roth has 3 back points. Dave Post saying, stay right there. Cups him under the chin. Dave Post saying, just keep him right there. Under 45 seconds to go. 6-2 on the board, and he's got 3 back points coming. It would make it 9-2. Roth just looking up at that clock. Trying to get more in the right shoulder, but not trying especially hard. He's very comfortable and in great shape right where he is.
Ayakuchevich
he just waved to teammates, I hope.
Ayakuchevich had that bar in it. It was the only pinning combination he really had tried. And somehow Roth used it against him.
Down to 10 seconds to go. Austin Roth of Phillipsburg is going to have himself a regional title. It is a 9-2 final at 195 for Phillipsburg senior Austin Roth.
That 4-point play at the end of the second period was big when it looked like Ayakuchevich was going to ride Roth out completely after Roth had chosen down. And then he managed that reversal near the end of time and at the edge of the mat to get the reversal and 2 back points.
Well, let's keep an eye in the third place bout. That's Somerville. That's Diodato in the orange in the third place bout. That is down to 10 seconds, and he is leading 4-0. Diodato will win 4-0. And I think we had a 1-0 win.
Correct. For
in
Westfield.
The fifth place bout. That's Loader. Brendan Loader of Westfield.
First regional
All of them completing around the same time conveniently.
Yes, but now there's going to be a Hall of Fame induction.
2019 Region Hall of Fame inductee was a standout wrestler for Watchung Hill.
So third for
2005
Somerville,
to 2009.
fourth for
He amassed 4
Rawway.
District 12 championships, 3 Region 3 championships, and 2 NJS IAA State Individual Championship. He finished his career with an impressive career record
Rawway of District 15.
35-11, including an undefeated 32.
Did we catch the 182 fifth place result?
He was a senior
Jake Wicks had injury disqualified.
Okay.
in 2009. After high school, he continued his wrestling career.
So that was District 13 with a 6th, and Seton Hall Prep with a 5th.
The 2019 Region Hall of Fame inductee
For District
is
16.
Hard of Watchung Hill Regional High School.
Watchung Hills having a wrestler inducted into the Hall of Fame. And we'll have the medal ceremony at 182. That is done to our left. They are no podium. So the champ is John Poznansky of Colonia. Second place to Tim Miller of Westfield. Third to Brett McGrath of Bridgewater Raritan. Fourth to Michael Afalabi of Linden. Fifth to Zach Merlino of Seton Hall. And sixth to Jake Wicks of Phillipsburg. And we'll get set at 220. This will be Nick Colucci of St. Peter's Prep. He's the District 16 champ. The top seed, a senior 32-4. And Joshua Durisme of Rawway. He is the District 15 champ. He's the 3 seed. He's a junior 30-3. Rawway will be in the white with Rawway across the back. And St. Peter's in that gray with the garnet trim.
Colucci with a 13-4 semifinal win over Jake Hendershot of Ridge. And Durisme a 3-2 winner over Sam Huff of Voorhees.
Colucci is a lot taller than Durisme. Power shrug attempted by Colucci, can't finish it. Referee is John Reese, assisted by Doug Hess. Wrestled 30 seconds, no advantage. Diving in for a shot as they go off is Durisme. They'll go back to the center neutral.
Of Somerville, score 4-0.
Durisme's win was a right-out escape over Huff.
And the winner, the 195-pound.
In on a leg is Colucci. Finishes at the edge for the takedown. Colucci's on top 2-0.
Austin Roth, Phillipsburg, score
1:01 to go in the first. Durisme stands and he's out. On the escape, Colucci leading Durisme 2-1. And Colucci's in on a double and has a takedown at the edge. And they are off, he's up 4-1. Second takedown for the top seed, Nick Colucci of St. Peter's. Tries to break down Durisme and the whistle. Uses a hazard tilt, 1 count, that's all. Try to tilt him to his left. Colucci maintaining control here, riding out the left side, a right-hand thigh pry. Try to get out in front, pick him up through the crotch, take him off his base. Had to weight up high, but he can't get Durisme off his knees. Controlling that left wrist. Now Durisme sits, and the first period ends with Colucci on top, 4-1. Colucci's choice, looks over to his coaches. He's going to go down. St. Peter's coached by Brian Innes. Colucci taking down in the second.
State qualifying seating board that you'll pick up at the same table.
Durisme picks up on the left ankle on the whistle as Colucci stands. He's out in 8 seconds. Colucci has an escape, and it's now 5-1 in the second.
And you pick it up at the region board table.
Durisme reaches for a leg, can't pull it in.
Next to the first place mat.
Working takedowns where Colucci had 2 in the first. He's in the St. Peter's gray singlet. Right on the edge, and he drives him off the mat. We'll go back to the center. 124 to wrestle in the second.
It's a big mat, but it's almost not big enough for these two guys.
And we still got the 285s to go.
Both Colucci and Durisme are mobile for 220.
Colucci trying to work a Russian tie, then gets in on the right leg. Durisme drops down on top at the edge. Trying to pull him back on. He's near enough. A whizzer put in by Durisme. And they are off with no control and 58 seconds to go in the second. Durisme came in as the 3 seed, won his quarterfinal 5-2 over Jonathan Guardado of North Plainfield. Bob mentioned winning in that wide-out escape in the semi. A stalling call on Durisme, and they're off neutral. First warning for stalling comes with 45 seconds to go in the second. They fight for hand and wrist control. Colucci wants that Russian tie again. Now Durisme's in on the left leg behind the knee of Colucci. Trying to pull that leg through. Pressure on the head. Now Colucci funks his way to a takedown, and he leads 7-1.
He had fought off Durisme with the whizzer and then just pivoted around.
$10 seconds to go in the second. Left hand tight waist controlling the right wrist. Durisme stands. Colucci goes to a tackle in the short time and takes him off at 2 seconds to go.
Colucci's shown very good technique. I mean, he may not be super strong at this weight class, but he's very skilled.
He's up 7-1 after 2. Colucci, a region runner-up a year ago. He's ranked 7th in the state at this weight class, according to NJ.com. He was 28-17 a year ago. And Durisme is taking neutral to start the third. Durisme was 5th in the region last year, 2nd in the Union County tournament.
Final 50-50 of the day, $140.
Durisme wanted to work a front head and arm. Colucci wanted a Russian tie. reaching for each other's leg. Both came up empty. 30 seconds gone here in the third. Russian tie by Colucci. They break apart. Durisme's got to be the aggressor here, trailing 7-1. At the edge, Colucci drops down to his right ankle. And he rolls on through that. Now he's got the left leg. Pulls Durisme back, goes for the two-leg tackle, but his right toe, right foot, came off the wrestling surface. There's no advantage with a minute to wrestle.
He just seems to turn the right way, to turn a disadvantage into an advantage.
Circle each other to the left. Colucci trying to drive through the legs, and they are off at 49 seconds. Huff just won the consolation for 5th place, 5-2, Huff of Voorhees. Durisme trying to again tie up an arm. Colucci underhooks the right shoulder of Durisme. And they are off at 27 seconds.
Congratulations, Susan.
Tie up.
Result, 220 pounds. 5th place match.
Gonna circle each other to the right. Colucci just kind of throws Durisme on by, takes half a shot at a leg, and they're off with 11 seconds to go in the bout.
Top 4 finishers in the 100.
Durisme with half a shot at a leg. They got a little, and the wrestlers got a little over rambunctious there. Little rambunctious. And referee Reese gonna talk to the two of them. And this one is gonna end 7-1 for Nick Colucci of St. Peter's Prep, the champ at 220, 7-1.
The 3rd place bout, Ridge is up on Watchung Hills 6-1 with a minute. They're in the 3rd period, because now they're running injury time. But so Watchung Hills having been shaken up a bit on a so an arm bar that was used to put Ridge up there, 6-1. And that's the end of that one.
6-1
so
for
3rd place for Ridge over Watchung Hills, 6-1.
The 2019 Region Hall of Fame inductee was a standout wrestler for
And we'll have another Hall of Fame induction.
He amassed a career record of 148.
So 3rd place going to Ridge at 220, Hendershot. 4th to Salerno of Watchung Hills. Ridge from District 15. And Salerno from Watchung Hills from District 15 in 4th.
Was a 2-time NJSIAA state individual champion.
And we'll get set at 285, which is one that's kind of worth the price of admission with these two guys. It is the top seed, Lou Fernandez of Voorhees. He's a defending state champ. He is 41-0 against Jervy Sistrunk of Bound Brook, a senior 36-2. And Fernandez has one of Sistrunk's 2 losses, and it's only Sistrunk is the only person to last the entire bout with Fernandez. Sistrunk finishing 2nd in the Beast of the East.
Coach at Somerville High School, the 2019 Region Hall of Fame inductee is Andrew Flanagan of Boundbrook High School. And now the awards for the 195-pound weight class.
Medal ceremony at 195. This will be where Phillipsburg's Austin Roth getting crowned.
In third place, Andrew Diodato of Somerville.
They're walking Austin Roth and his seating chart out to the center.
Sebastian Yakushevitz of Johnson. And the 2019 Region 4 champion in the 195-pound weight class from Phillipsburg, Austin Roth.
And the hand for Phillipsburg's Austin Roth, the region champ at 195.
Now wrestling 285-pound first place match.
At fifth place at 220 to Voorhees, and sixth place to Guardado.
Third place match.
Guardado of
Nicholas Diakides, Seton
North
Hall.
Plainfield.
Nadine El Maruki, New Providence. The fifth place match.
And to the action here at 285.
Griffin Keith Rawway.
Sistrunk and Fernandez. Fernandez, a senior, 41-0. Sistrunk's a senior, 36-2. He's in the black and red and white of Boundbrook. And Voorhees in the black with garnet and gold trim. Doug Hess is the referee for this one.
Score.
Sistrunk wants to lock up high with Fernandez. Fernandez wrestled last year most of the season at 220. He went up to 285 postseason and won the title. He's got his left wrist taped up. Tries to work an arm drag. Sistrunk looking for dives in at a double, and
look out.
Fernandez took him off the mat into the Boundbrook coaches to our right.
Sistrunk is surprisingly quick, given that he's a big man.
He finished second in the Beast of the East, so don't have to question his credentials, and certainly not Fernandez, who's the defending state champ. Sistrunk was third in the state last year. Sistrunk 47-6 a year ago. And Fernandez is 83 or 84-0 over the last two seasons, and he has 100 career pins. And he will backpedal to the center. Sistrunk a little slower going after him. We didn't get weigh-in sheets, but I think Sistrunk carries a little more weight than Fernandez does, and they're off at 33 seconds. Fernandez is the taller of the two. Fight for hand and wrist control. In on a leg is Fernandez, looking for a high crotch. Picks that right leg up, goes to the double, and the takedown, and he's got Sistrunk on his back, and a body press, and the fall called by Doug Hess in 1:40. Fernandez just pinned the third in the state from a year ago in 1:40. And Voorhees has a regional champion.
Across the way, Cody Kretz just got a pin to win his fifth place bout. So that leaves us with third place bout, which is Nick Diakides of Seton Hall Prep in the blue and Nadim El Marouki of New Providence in the green. They've just ended the first period scoreless.
You want to stay with that one? I'll catch
El
up.
Marouki will choose down. We're adapting our program on the fly here. Start back up here with El Marouki down, being ridden by Diakides. And from time to time, the sight lines may not be so good here, so bear with us as we're working our way across. Diakides has got El Marouki in a bit of trouble here as he's working on an underhook, trying to reach around the head to punch through with the body press. At least 3 back points coming here if he can't stick him. He's got a lot of time, 1:23 up on the clock. Just trying to get all of his weight on him as he runs through. The referee's looking in. And there is the fall. And that comes in 2 minutes and 50 seconds for Nick Diakides of Seton Hall Prep to take 3rd place at 285.
You could just stay with the medal ceremony then coming up at, they'll be giving out the medals at 2:20.
And now our next Region Hall of Fame inductee.
So the 5th place winner at 220, Sam Huff, 5'2" over Gardano. 3rd place going to Jake Hendershot of Ridge, a 6-1 victory over Mike Salerno of Watchung Hills. And the regional champion for Region 4 at 220, Nick Colucci, 7-1 over Joshua Derisme of Rahway. Colucci, the top seed of St. Peter's.
Finishing as a state runner-up in 1998. As a freshman, he finished 6th at the Greco-Roman Cadet Nationals. His sophomore year,
Hall of Fame ceremony, another Hall of Fame inductee.
And captured a gold in the freestyle and a bronze medal in the Greco Cadet World Team Trials. His junior year, he would take a 3rd at the Junior National Greco Tournament and 6th in freestyle. As a senior, he won the freestyle national.
Attempting to keep warm here to our right, Phillipsburg's Logan Matsko getting ready to go at 106. He'll be facing Nick Calello of Watchung Hills.
By placing 5th in the nation.
Matsko, of course, a sophomore, 31-9. The district champion from District 13, the top seed in this weight class. Calello of Watchung Hills, the number 2 seed from District 15. He's the second place winner, from District 15. He is the 3rd seed in this tournament, a freshman, 29-4. And in the semifinals, Calello was a 5-3 winner over Kellen Francois of Rahway. And he got a 5-point play in the opening period and just rode that out for that semifinal victory. Matsko, an 8-2 winner over Kevin Beck of Middlesex in the semifinals. As they now wait for the action to get underway here at 106.
The 2019 Region Hall of Fame inductee is Nick Fettetti of Cranford High School. Accepting for Nick is Pat Gorman, head coach of Cranford and a teammate of Nick's.
I think they'll be doing the 285 medal winners after this bout. So with the Hall of Fame ceremonies interwoven in here.
Awards in the 220-pound weight class. In fourth place, Mike Salerno.
So these we announced for you before, but it's Huff of Voorhees for 5th place over Guardado for 6th.
In second place, Joshua Darisme of Galway. And the 2019
Jake Hendershot of Ridge, the 3rd place winner over Mike Salerno of Watchung Hills, is the 4th place winner. And then the champion Nick Colucci, the 7-1 victor for St. Peter's over Joshua Darisme of Raway. 7-1 in that final.
All right, we're going to go to 106. Phillipsburg's Logan Matsko. He is the top seed. A sophomore, 31-9. And Nick Colello of Watchung Hills, the District 15 runner-up. He's a freshman. He is 29-4. Matsko, the 1 seed. Colello is the 3 seed. Matsko bidding to become Phillipsburg's 2nd champ. Joining Austin Roth. Stateliners with 3 regional champs a year ago. Matsko's in on the left leg, picks that up behind the knee. Colello reaching back for a whizzer. Matsko has a cradle at the edge. Can he pull him back on? Trying to turn him at the edge. Still doesn't have control and no advantage as they go off. The referee for this bout is Rich Gercio, being assisted by Mike Internosha. Matsko trying to get in on the left leg, and Colello sprawls. Matsko in that predominantly white singlet, Phillipsburg across the chest, wrestling with a lot of confidence in this postseason. It's Colello reaches for a butt drag. Matsko gets in on the left leg again. Tries to pull that leg through. Colello reaching back for a whizzer. At the edge of the mat again across the way. Matsko trying to pull him back on. Colello trying to get him off and get a fresh start. Dave Post and Brad Gensel in the chairs across the way. And again, Matsko reached for that cradle, but ran out of room. Matsko looks a little frustrated as he looks over at Dave Post. He couldn't get the takedown, been in a couple times. Ties up the hand of Matsko. Matsko looking for a knee tap as Colello reaches for the behind the right, looking for a butt drag up to their feet, still no advantage. Matsko has had the best of it here, but has not scored, driving in on a double. At the edge, he's got the left leg, and they're off again in a stalling warning on Colello. Matsko's done all the, he's definitely been the aggressor here in the first. Circle each other. Matsko's in on the left leg to a cradle. Still no advantage. Colello trying to block him off. Matsko has a cradle at the edge. Right in front of the scorer's table to our left. Matsko pulls in on the leg, and after not being able to finish the cradle, the first period ends scoreless. Flip of the disc goes to Matsko. Matsko will go down to start the second.
Logan might have gotten a little hungry with that cradle trying to get bonus points, but he might have been able to get a takedown, but time expired.
He's set. Garnet P and liners across the back. Colello picks up on the right leg. Left hand tight waist out the right side. Matsko trying to free that right wrist. Matsko tries to sit. Now he tries to stand. Arches his back. Colello trying to take his right arm, breaks him down to his knees. Matsko trying to reach back for a Peterson. Colello trying to bar the left arm, take the left wrist. Matsko tries to stand, again brought down to his knees. Matsko stands, reaches back for the leg at the edge. Matsko has control of the right foot, and he's got the reversal. Matsko has to come up the body from the legs. It's a reversal at the edge of the mat with a minute to wrestle in the second, and they go off. 2-0 lead for Logan Matsko of Phillipsburg on the reversal.
That switch was nicely executed.
Colello first in the Somerset County tournament, the freshman. He's underneath. Matsko, left hand tight waist, right elbow. Matsko breaks him down. Trying to set up a hazard tilt. Keeps his weight high in the back, takes the right wrist of Colello. And trying to claw the left shoulder. Now he reaches for the left wrist. Half Nelson from the left side. Has that high right wrist. Colello trying to get to a stand. Matsko stands behind him on the mat return. Right in front of Dave Post and Brad Gensel. 20 seconds to wrestle in the second. Matsko on top 2-0 on a second period reversal. Trying to set up a hazard tilt, gives up on that. Final 10 of the second as they fight for hand control. And Matsko rides out the second. He's ahead 2-0 after 2. Matsko a 10-0 win over Christian Luzia of Elizabeth in the quarters. 8-2 win over Kevin Beck of Middlesex in the semis. Colello underneath to start the third. Colello 16-0 technical fall in the preliminary round, 6-2 in the quarters over Luke Jacobs of Westfield, and 5-3 in the semis over the 2 seed, Kalen Francois of Rahway. Looking for a switch is Colello, now trying to switch back the other way, picks up on Matsko's right ankle. Matsko still in control. He has the left leg of Colello out in front of him. Matsko still in control. And comes out the back door. He will get up and give up the escape. It's 2-1, under a minute and a half to go in the bout. Matsko has had the better on his feet, dives in on the left leg, picks that leg up. Has that leg up in the air, wants to pull it through. Trying to pull it through. Colello hopping up and down on the right foot. Matsko again reaches for that cradle, keeping the left leg. Picks the leg up again. Colello trying to reach back and again avoid being taken down as he's trying to cover that left ankle and pull him back on. Matsko trying to go to a double at the edge. 45 seconds to go and there's no advantage. Clock stopped at 44. Matsko's been all over him and cannot finish the takedown.
Yeah, Colello's done well with the whizzer. He's just kept his poise.
I mean, it's a 1-point bout. Colello dives in, Matsko sprawls. I mean, Matsko's dominated it, but leads by 1. No stalling warnings against Matsko. Colello trying to get in on the right leg. Matsko sprawls, underhooks his left shoulder. 30 seconds to go in the bout. Matsko trying to snap down. Work a front head and arm. Now looking for a cradle. Still no advantage. Colello blocking off with his left arm. Matsko trying to turn him with that cradle. At the edge of the mat, Matsko spins to stay on. They are off at 8 seconds to go. Matsko on top 2-1, 8 seconds to wrestle. Colello dives in, Matsko sprawls. Matsko will spin around. He will not get the takedown, it's about expires, but Logan Matsko of Phillipsburg is a regional champ. 2-1 decision over Nico Colello of Watchung Hills.
About as strong a 2-1 decision as you can have. I mean, he was aggressive throughout, came so close to getting takedowns multiple times. Was never really threatened.
And now, the final Region Hall of Fame inductee.
Second regional championship for the Stateliners, joining Austin Roth. And second for Colello of Watchung Hills.
In this case, Mike, the final, the first place match was the one that went long. So third place went to Kevin Francis of Rahway over Seven Rich of Voorhees. And fifth place to Kevin Beck of Middlesex, a 7-1 winner over Christian Luza of Elizabeth. Francois got 10, it was 10-1 decision.
So that is a Rahway third and a Voorhees fourth.
Middlesex fifth and Elizabeth sixth.
Another Hall of Fame inductee. And as far as districts go, Francois of Rahway, that's a District 15 third. A Voorhees District 14 fourth. A Beck of Middlesex District 15 fifth. And sixth to Zona of Elizabeth, and Elizabeth is District 16. So next up will be 113, and that'll be Pat Phillips of Brearley, the District 15 champ, a sophomore, 31-1. He's the top seed, and Gabe Leo of Roselle Park, District 13, senior, 29-6. He is the 2 seed. This is a Roselle Park Hall of Fame inductee. In the Brearley blue and gold, that's Brearley gold on the back. And Roselle Park, of course, of District 13, with the park across the chest. And a paw on the right thigh for the Roselle Park Panthers. Roselle Park coached by Brian Rooney, and David Brearley coached by David Nichols, the Brearley Bears.
Region Hall of Fame inductee is Craig Frost of Roselle Park High School.
As we get set here for the 113-pound final. That's the final Hall of Famer, and we're going to have the medal ceremony at 285.
In fourth place, Nadim Al-Marouki of New Providence.
Cody Krutz.
In third place, Nicholas Diakidis.
Cody Krutz took fifth place with his with his pin over Griffin Bad of Rahway. The third place winner was Nick Diakidis of Seton Hall Prep with a 2-minute and 50-second pin of Nadim Melharouki of New Providence. And the champion, Luis Fernandez, with a 1:40 pin of Sistrunk in what was a very entertaining heavyweight bout. Jeremy Sistrunk of Boundbrook.
They could end up, Bob, in the state finals together. Would not surprise me to see Sistrunk seated number 2.
Now he's a very mobile man of his size.
Put him in the bottom half of that bracket and away from Fernandez at the top. Well, the fifth place bout with Bryce Perenni of Phillipsburg is underway, and we're ready to start here. And Pat Phillips of Brearley in the blue. Gabe Leo of Roselle Park in the black and white. I'm sorry, that's James Day, not Bryce Perrin. James Day in the 113. There's a takedown for Leo. Leo of Roselle Park on top. James Day wrestling in the 113 final. Bryce Perrin will be up at 126. After the escape by Phillips, it's 2-1. Working takedowns again. Leo got one very quickly in the first. I believe that's Mike Inonosha who's the referee for this one. They fight for hand and wrist control. Leo reaches for the leg, can't get it. Pressure on the head by Phillips. It is Mike Inonosha who's the ref. 50 seconds to go in the first. 2-1 lead for Leo. Looking for a barrel roll is Phillips, and they're off no advantage.
Phillips a 9-0 winner over Westfield's Quinn Gimblett in the semifinals. And Leo an 11-6 winner over Scotch Plains' Brandon Bowles.
Leo had back-to-back 11-6 wins, beating Phillipsburg's James Day last night in the quarters, 11-6. "20 seconds to go here in the first. Leo wants to work a Russian tie. Phillips reaches for a leg, can't pull it in. Again, reaches for a leg, can't get it. Shrugged by Leo, and he ran out of time. He's up 2-1 after one. Flip of the disc goes to Leo. And Leo will take down to start the second, ahead 2-1. Leo finishing second in the Union County tournament. Was 39-6 a year ago, and going to be some injury time for Gabe Leo.
Across the way in his fifth place bout, Mike, James Day is trailing 2-0 to Felix Latini of St. Peter's as they near the end of the first period.
Again, Day trailing 2-0 after one. Leo up and injured his left leg, trying to walk that off. It's okay, and they have stopped the injury time. He has 51 seconds remaining. Phillips switching hands on the tight waist. Leo gets to his base, tears at those hands as he stands, and he clears his hips. He has the escape. Leo on top, 3-1 in the second. Leo was a runner-up in the Union County tournament. Really the champ in that tournament. So Leo trying to, or Phillips rather, the champ. There's a stalling warning. Phillips reached for the right leg, can't pull it in, and Leo wanted to shrug. 1 minute to wrestle. And they go off. The Brearley coaches right to our right. David Nichols, head coach of the Bears. Fight for hand and wrist control. Leo dives at the right leg. Now front head and arm by Phillips. "40 seconds to go as they break apart. Leo with a fairly easy 11-6 win over Brandon Bowles of Scotch Plains. In the semis, he had 5 takedowns in that win. Phillips trying to get in on the right leg. Leo sprawls, clears that right leg. He reaches for a leg. Front head and arm by Phillips in the rough neutral at 19 seconds.
Please pick up your outstanding wrestler ballot.
James Day of Phillipsburg now trailing 3-0 in the 5th place bout. Final 5 seconds here at the second. And we will go to the third with Gabe Leo of Roselle Park on top of Pat Phillips of Brearley 3-1. Phillips underneath in the third. Caution is on Leo. First caution in the bout. Phillips stands right away. Mat return by Leo. Phillips stands again. Mat return by Leo. Takes his right wrist. And the left. Riding out the left side. Right in front of our Stateliner Sports Network camera. And they're off at 1:41 to go in the bout. 3-1 lead for Gabe Leo of Roselle Park. One of 3 Roselle Park finalists, all in the lightweights. Phillips, there's a stalling call on Leo and an escape. And it's now 3-2, and the stalling calls are 1-1. Ties up Leo's wrist. Only takedown belongs to Leo. Phillips had half a shot at the left leg. Leo misses on an ankle pick. Under a minute to go in the bout. Leo tries to tie up the wrist. 40 seconds to go in the bout. Shot by Phillips at a leg. They circle at the edge. Phillips wants to get him off and start fresh. There's 30 seconds to wrestle. The District 15 and 13 champs locked up here. Front head and arm by Phillips. Leo pops out of that. 20 seconds to go in the bout. Reaches for a leg that he can't pull in. Reaches again. They each have a stalling warning. Dives in a double, and trying to horse him to his right is Leo. Still no advantage, and they're off at 8 seconds to go. I think Leo just asked, do I have a stalling call? And he does.
He used the whizzer effectively there against the advance.
Phillips trying to drive through a double. 2 seconds, 1, and no takedown. No takedown. Gabe Leo will win the title 3-2 over Pat Phillips of Brearley.
It was close there, Mike, but Leo's tight waist was able to hold off Phillips. And across the way for the 5th pound bout, Felix Lentini for St. Pete beat James Day of Phillipsburg 5-0.
And now the award presentation.
And the 3rd place bout.
That would be Brandon Bowles of Scotch Plains is up 6-1 over Quinn Gimblett of Westfield, and time has expired on that one. So it's Bowles of Scotch Plains who takes 3rd place.
Now the award presentation, the 106-pound weight class.
So the medal winners at 106 pounds. As we've been following some of this. 5th place goes to Kevin Beck of Middlesex. He was a 7-1 victor over Kristen Lazuna of Elizabeth. 3rd place goes to Kellen Francis of Rahway. A 10-1 win over 7 Rich of Voorhees, who takes 4th. And the champion at 106 pounds, Logan Matsko of Phillipsburg, a 2-1 winner over Nick Kalelo of Watchung Hills. Get ready at 120. It'll be Luke Hurley of Westfield and Pat Adams of St. Peter's. Hurley, the top seed, a junior, 35-2, the district winner from District 14. And Adams, a sophomore, is 26-11, the 3rd seed and the District 16 champion.
Hurley in the Westfield blue. Adams in the St. Peter's Prep got Marauders across the back in that multicolored singlet. Hurley of Westfield had a W on the right, big block W on the right hip. He has a front head and arm on Adams. Adams trying to hook the arm, and as he frees the arm, it is a takedown for Hurley, and he's on top 2-0. And Hurley will cut him. On the escape, it's 2-1. So we have the District 14 and 16 champs going at it at 120. Off they go. No advantage. Looking for a barrel roll is Hurley, and he nearly finishes. He's got the takedown. Hurley's second takedown. He leads Adams 4-1. Hurley, a Union County tournament champ. He was a region champ a year ago when he was 35-7. Hurley keeps his weight high on the back. Riding out the right side with 12 seconds to go. And it's 4-1 after 1 for Luke Hurley of Westfield over Pat Adams of St. Peter's Prep.
Hurley, a 9-1 winner in the semis over Chris Dalmew of Rahway. And Adams, a 5-2 winner over Larry Melchionda of Seton Hall.
There's an escape for Hurley. And he leads 5-1 now in the second. Working takedowns. Looking for that barrel roll. Hurley has a leg hooked. St. Peter's coaches want this countered for a takedown, but Hurley still driving through underneath. Trying to hang on now to the left foot of Hurley is Adams. Still no advantage here. And now trying to roll on through. Can Adams come up on top in this scramble? Trying to work his way up. Hurley still has Adams' left foot. And there's a takedown for Adams, and he worked hard for that. He trails 5-3, 45 seconds to go. That was a collegiate type scramble, and Adams won it to get the takedown. Reaching across for the Left arm above the elbow on Hurley. With under 30 seconds to wrestle in the second. 5-3 lead for Hurley of Westfield in the blue. And he reverses. On the reversal, Hurley now leads 7-3. With 10 seconds to go in the second. Hurley has 2 takedowns, a reversal, and an escape. Adams has an escape and a takedown, and that's it after 2. It's 7-3 Hurley. Adams will be underneath in the third. Strong right hand tight waist by Hurley. Pressures on the right elbow. Adams stands, he has an escape. 7-4. Gonna circle each other to the left. Under a minute and a half to go in the bout. Referee for this one is John Reese. Hurley content to stay on the edge. Circles back in, and they're off at 1:06.
Boy, Adams is long and thin.
Caution that referee Reese called on himself. Under a minute to go in the bout. State Liners Joe Innamorato finishing 5th in this class. Cody Krutz finished 5th. James Day was 6th. They are off the mat at 38 seconds. This is another one Bob Hurley has dominated, but his lead's only 3.
Well, they're both mobile, and they both don't give it up easy.
Duck under attempted by Adams, now front headed on by Hurley.
The top 4 finishers in the 113-pound weight class.
Trying to work that front head and arm, and a stalemate is called at 19 seconds.
Next to the first place match, the top 4 finishers.
Again, a caution that referee Reese called down on himself again.
How many does the referee get to give himself before?
That could be a penalty point on his third one. 10 seconds to go, and Hurley just slips a whizzer for a takedown. He has a 9-4 advantage. 3 takedowns for Luke Hurley, and the Westfield Junior has his second title. He wins 9-4 over Pat Adams of St. Peter's Prep.
And third place is going to Larry Melchionda of Seton Hall Prep as he wins 5-2 over Chris Dalmu of Rawway. And Joe Innamorato got a forfeit victory to place 5th. So they will recognize the medal winners at 113 pounds.
Winner by decision.
And Felix Latini, a 5-0 victory over Phillipsburg's James Day to place 5th. Brandon Bowles of Scotch Plains beat Quinn Gimblett of Westfield 8-1, so Bowles placed 3rd, Gimblett 4th. And the champion at 113
Now the awards.
Gabe Leo of Roselle Park, a 3-2 victor over Pat Phillips of Brearley.
So we've wrestled halfway. District 13 has the most titles. We have 3. District 14 has 2. District 15 and 16 each have one. That's 2 Stateliner titles and 1 for Roselle Park. Then we'll go to 126. It'll be the top seed, and he is from District 13, Eddie Hummel from Roselle Park. Sophomore, 33 and 4. CJ Composto of Westfield, the District 14 champ, the 2 seed. He's a junior, 29 and 1. And they finished 1-2 in the Union County tournament, Hummel beating Composto. So they know each other very well. Doug Hess is going to be the referee for this bout.
In the 126-pound third-place match, winner
Circle each other to the left. That's a Park across the chest of the wrestler in the predominantly white singlet. That's Hummel. And in the Westfield blue is CJ Composto. Wrestled 30 seconds, no advantage here at 126.
Result.
Composto reaches for a leg, can't get it.
Third place match. Winner by decision, Lawrence Melchianda.
Hummel was 18 and 2 a year ago. Composto was a region champ here a year ago and 5th in the state. He was 41 and 5 a year ago, and he's ranked 4th in the state in this weight class. Draped over top. Composto's trying to come out the back door here. As Hummel hangs on to his left foot. Stalemate is called by referee Doug Hess. We've got 45 seconds to wrestle in the first. Circle each other to the left. .30 seconds to go, scoreless first. Hummel reaches for a leg. Composto blocked him off. Now they fight for hand and wrist control. With under 15 to go, scoreless first. So Composto had the best shot, unable to finish. Composto sneaks a look at the clock that showed 5 seconds. And we've got a scoreless first period at 126. We were scoreless at 195. We were scoreless at 106. Although that had a lot more excitement than that first period just did. Hummel underneath to start the second. Hummel stands right away. He's out in 2 seconds. And Hummel has a 1-0 lead. Hummel looking for a cradle. Still no advantage. Composto able to come out and face him and avoid the takedown. Hummel in the quarters, a fall in 324 over Phillipsburg's Bryce Pereni, and an 11-4 decision in the semis over Nick Sacco of Bridgewater. Composto with a quarterfinal 17-2 technical fall over Devin Capato of Ridge, and a 5-2 semifinal decision win over the 3 seed Sean Rondiro of St. Peter's Prep. Circle each other to the left. It's kind of pawing at each other. Composto adjusts his headgear. Under a minute to wrestle in the second. Now they tie up in the center. Composto reaches for the left leg, can't get it. been a little more aggressive in their head slaps in this second period. Hummel trying to snap down on the head of Campasto. Under 30 seconds to wrestle. Fight for hand control. Neither one has been close to a takedown here in the second, and Hummel got out in 2 seconds. We're down to the final 10.
Keep pushing up.
And they are off. Oh, they're going to be 1 second to go. So now we'll go to the third. Campasto underneath, trailing 1-0. Left hand tight waist by Hummel. And he picks that off in 2 seconds. So we work takedowns in the third, and we are 1-1. Half a shot by Hummel. Now Campasto's in on the right leg. Dumps Hummel down to his right hip. Hummel trying to come out and face him. There's a double leg takedown for Campasto. He has the lead 3-1. Right hand tight waist. Chopping at the left elbow. Right hand thigh pry, and they are off the mat, says Doug Hess, with 1:17 to wrestle.
Guys, we're really working hip placement until Campasto came up on top at the edge.
Right hand tight waist. Hummel stands right away. Campasto on the mat return. Trying to set up a hazard tilt. Loses control of the left wrist. Once wraps that tight waist around the left side of Hummel. Pressures on the left elbow, trying to turn him to his left. Stalling call on top on Campasto. First warning. Hummel stands. Hummel is near 1. He has 1. It's 3-2, 45 seconds to wrestle. And the only stalling warning belongs to Campasto, who has the 3-2 lead. 30 seconds to wrestle. Circles at the edge. Campasto will back towards the center. Hummel trying to pressure on the head. 15 to go. At the edge with 10 as they circle. Duck under by Hummel. He's behind Campasto. At the edge, and Campasto came out to face him. The Roselle Park coaches wanted 2. He didn't have 2.
No.
Campasto will win that 3-2 decision. But it was a very nice try in the duck under by Hummel.
It was close, but he came out to face him.
3-2 win for CJ Campasto of Westfield. Westfield, the champ, at 126. Campasto with his back-to-back regional titles.
We may have had a forfeit in the third place bout between Sean Rendiero of St. Peter's Prep and Max Pera of Boundbrook. Never saw anybody actually over there, but the fifth place bout just went to Nick Sacco of, excuse me,
Nick Sacco, Bridgewater.
Nick Sacco of Bridgewater, 5-4 over Jameen Reinhardt of Somerville. Hunter Reinhardt, excuse me.
So a 6th for Voorhees and a 5th for Bridgewater. And we have to wait on that third result at 126.
2019 Region 4 champion in the 100.
So this is a rematch of the 132-pound final from a week ago, with Phillipsburg's Travis Jones and Mark Montgomery of Roselle Park.
In the district final, it was Montgomery 6-4 with a pair of takedowns and a reversal in the second period.
Now wrestling. First place
Champs are now 3 apiece with District 13 and 14, 1 for 15, 1 for 16. So Mark Montgomery, who was a 4th place finisher a year ago and a regional champ 2 years ago, taking on a defending regional champ from Phillipsburg, Travis Jones.
And the 5th place match. Jake Stein, Ridge, Connor Cortini.
Referee for this bout is Mike Internosha. Jones tried to tie up that left elbow. This was scoreless after the first in the district final, but Montgomery ended up winning this on his feet.
Result, 26-pound, first place match. Winner by decision, CJ Composto Westfield. Score, 3-2.
Circle each other to the left. Coming up on a minute to go here. Montgomery tries to get in on Jones's right leg, picks that leg up. Jones reaches, he funks for the left leg of Montgomery. Montgomery sitting on top. Jones wants to come out the back door and stopped potentially dangerous by Mike Internosha.
I was going to say, it's got to be dangerous for somebody, the way their legs were twisted up like that.
These are a couple of tall 132-pounders.
Tall and highly skilled, and don't give up the points easily.
And that was another collegiate-type scramble with Montgomery and Jones. Jones trying to snap down on, or Montgomery trying to snap down on the head of Jones. 30 seconds to go. Front headed arm, Montgomery trying to spin around. Jones spins the other way, has the arm, traps the leg, picks up the right leg of Montgomery trying to go to a double. Trying to dump Montgomery down to his hip. Still no advantage. Jones picks up on the leg, drops him down to his left hip. Montgomery has the left foot of Jones. Jones frees it, he's behind Montgomery, gets a knee to the mat. Jones has the takedown with 5 seconds to go. Jones will ride out the first, he's ahead 2-0.
Persistence for Travis Jones in getting that. Montgomery was hanging on the ankle of Travis Jones, trying to keep him from coming around. And Jones just managed to get the better of him.
Travis Jones, 105 career wins. Montgomery's the all-time wins leader at Roselle Park. He's underneath to start the second. He stands. Jones trying, and an escape for Montgomery. It's 2-1. And then Jones with a bad shot. Montgomery trying to spin around behind, and he's got the takedown. Montgomery spins around behind. He leads Jones 3-2. He's cradled Jones. Locks his hands, hand and wrist in a cradle. Out the right side. He's out a little high, but he's got a cradle out Jones's right side. Jones breaks the cradle. Jones is out. We're 3-3. 3-3 in the second.
I think Montgomery just gave up that cradle, Mike. It shows an awful lot of confidence. And I don't know that he could have turned Travis Jones there, but he had it locked.
1 minute to wrestle in the second. They each have a takedown, they each have an escape, and it will be Jones's choice in the third. Jones took a bad shot again, kind of reaches, and Montgomery has the left leg. Jones hopping up and down. Montgomery picks up the leg. Jones funks. Jones still has the leg, and Montgomery has a takedown and he's got Jones on his back. Body press on the left shoulder of Jones. 30 seconds to wrestle. He's got a lot of time. Hooks the leg. Trying to get more on the left shoulder of Travis Jones. Jones trying to belly down. Pressure's on the right elbow. Trying to drive him to his right. Has the right arm barred. Jones frees the arm. Final 4 seconds, 3 back points. It is 8-3 Montgomery after 2 on the 5-point play. I don't know about you, Bob, but Jones is just trying for too much.
Well, Montgomery's his counters have been really good. And Jones's takedowns have not been as strong.
Jones is out. It's 8-4. I mean, Jones has a lot of moves, but I think in that situation at 3-3, he was just trying for too much. Montgomery in on the right leg of Jones to a double and a takedown, and Montgomery leads it 10-4. Trying to bar the left arm. Off they go at 1:27.
Montgomery's just shown a lot of confidence here against Travis Jones, more so than anybody I think Jones has faced this year.
Jones, a defending region champ, and in some trouble here, down 10-4.
The top 4 finishers.
Montgomery was 40-4 a year ago. He gives Jones an escape. It is 10-5. 3 takedowns for Montgomery. This match looking a lot like the match last week. Jones with a front head and arm. Montgomery fights that off. Jones can't sweep the right leg. Under a minute to go in the bout. Jones again tries to sweep a leg. Montgomery circles back in. 45 seconds to go. Jones dives in, bad shot. Montgomery, as he flattened out, spins around and has another takedown. 12-5 in favor of Montgomery. Under 30 seconds to go, trying to bar the right arm. Keeps pressure on the head and neck of Travis Jones. Has that right arm pinned behind him, sits on top of the bar with 10 seconds to go. So Mark Montgomery of Roselle Park is going to take Phillipsburg's Travis Jones for the second consecutive week. It is a 12-5 final for Montgomery over Jones at 132.
Jones was aggressive on his feet to try to make up some points here, but none of the shots were strong enough for Montgomery's counters, and Montgomery just wrestled with a lot of confidence and looked even better today than he did a week ago.
It's Roselle Park's second title. So 138, Phillipsburg Kyle Tino will be out. Boundbrook Spena finishing third, and fourth for Decker of Seton Hall Prep. And the 5th place winner, Stein
of Ridge.
Jake Stein of Ridge. And 6th going to Cortese of St. Peter's Prep. And the medal ceremony coming up at 126.
Fifth place went to Nick Sacco of Bridgewater, a 5-4 winner over Hunter Reinhardt of Somerville. Sean Randero, third place finisher. St. Peter's Prep. Max Para of Boundbrook, fourth. And the winner at 126, C.J. Composto, a 3-2 winner over Eddie Hummel of Roselle Park.
C.J. Composto.
And we'll go to 138, Kyle Tino of Phillipsburg, the top seed. He is a senior, 30-10, facing the 3 seed, Troy O'Connor of Middlesex Dunellen. He's a sophomore, 24-7.
Third place match. Sorolo, Watchung Hills, Cole Carroll.
Tino in the state liner predominantly white singlet,
And the fifth place match.
and O'Connor in Middlesex black and blue. Tino with Phillipsburg across the white chest, trying to control the chin of O'Connor and bull him down to his knees. At the edge in front of the Middlesex Dunellen coaches, and they're off the mat to our right. Middlesex coached by Ryan Boyd, the Middlesex Dunellen Blue Jays.
Tino with a fall in 228 over Cole Carroll of Seton Hall in the semis.
O'Connor got in on a leg, Tino rolling. Tino trapping the right leg of O'Connor. Lost that, and O'Connor has a takedown and leads Tino 2-0. Left hand tight waist, clawing the left shoulder on Tino.
Score 11-0.
Just under a minute to wrestle in the first.
O'Connor got a takedown in overtime for a 6-4 semifinal win over Nick Cerullo of Watchung Hills.
Tino trying to pick off that claw. Now picks up on the leg. He's got controlling the left foot, right foot of O'Connor, trying to sit back into him and turn. O'Connor, just to watch as Tino tries to reach back and get a reversal here from the sitting position. 25 seconds to go in the first. O'Connor still in control, but in a little precarious position here. Tino reaching back for the head. O'Connor has to watch his back here. Still maintaining control. 7 seconds to go here in the first. And O'Connor does a good job to ride Tino out, lead 2-0 after 1.
O'Connor kept his composure as Tino pushed back into him and tried to get a reversal. O'Connor also kept tight to Tino and prevented any separation so that Kyle could turn around.
Tino's going to go underneath to start the second. O'Connor traps the right wrist on the whistle. Tino with 82 career wins. Did not place in the region a year ago. 4-year starter for state liner coach Dave Post. Stalling call on O'Connor on top. First warning. Tino with a 15-6 win in the quarters and a fall in 228 in the semis. He stands, tries to tear at the hands, brought back down to his base. Tino reaches back for a leg. Trying to turn into O'Connor, get a reversal. Tino has a reversal and ties it at 2. Came very near control and back points. Tino ties it at 2. Just under a minute to go in the second. O'Connor's on 1 foot. Tries to stand. Tino will lose him, and it's 3-2 O'Connor. On the escape, 3-2. O'Connor trying to get in on a leg at the edge. Tino stretches that right leg and reaching for a whizzer with his right arm. Trying to take O'Connor off the mat here at the edge. Stalemate called at 28 seconds to go in the second. 3-2 lead for O'Connor of Middlesex Dunellen. Tino reaches for a leg, can't get it. 20 seconds to go here in the second. Tino's in on the right leg, picks him up, drops him down to his hip. Picking up, trying to hook the leg. O'Connor trying to roll on through. Still no advantage. Tino has to watch his back. Able to scramble off the bottom, and the period ends with O'Connor still on top 3-2, and that was another good scramble. O'Connor's choice, looking over to the Middlesex coaches. He's going to take underneath. Tino is going to cut him. So O'Connor will have a 4-2 lead in the third as we work takedowns. Tino very nearly finished there at the edge at the end of the second. They fight for hand control.
See if he can get a deeper double and plant him.
O'Connor's certainly the taller of the two. Tino's in on the right leg again, picks that leg up. Trying to go to a double, wrapped around the midsection is O'Connor. Tino wants to try and pick up on that left leg and tilt him, force him to give it up. Coming up the body. O'Connor still hanging on to the midsection. Tino trying to tilt him. Under a minute 13 to go. Tino still has those legs. O'Connor draped over the top of his body, hanging on. Tino still picking it up. He's trapped Tino's right arm so that Tino can't reach up and grab the head. Still trying to come up the body. Turns in and still no advantage. Tino still has a leg. O'Connor picking up on the right ankle of Tino. And a stalemate is called at 45 seconds. So Tino's been able to get in twice. He can't finish.
O'Connor kept his poise and did not give up the takedown.
O'Connor looking for blood time. I don't see any blood.
He was gesturing at his nose. I think he's got a little on his nose.
Yeah, they have started the blood clock. Dave Post and Brad Gensel talking to Kyle Tino. Is going to take a swig of water.
Kyle's got in twice deep on a takedown, not able to finish them.
They've stopped the blood flow. 4:24 to go left in his 5 minutes of blood time. We're back with 45 seconds to go in the bout. Tino trails by 2. Tino's been able to get in on the legs but can't finish against the taller O'Connor. O'Connor dives in, Tino trying to spin her, and O'Connor has a hand and a wrist behind Tino's right knee. Tino picking up on the left ankle. Under 30 to go in the bout. Tino trying to sprawl, keep that ankle. Stalemate's called at 18 seconds. Caution on Tino. No stalling warnings. Tino's in on the left leg to a double, and again locked around the midsection. Takedown for Tino with 7 seconds to go, and O'Connor has to belly down. So Tino got the tying takedown with 7 seconds to go, and we are 4-4 in overtime, and this has to be advantage Tino on their feet because O'Connor is just trying to fend Tino off. He dives right in. Tino sprawls. Tino tries to spin around behind. Gets the near a takedown. Tino gets the takedown and wins it. He is going to, might stick him. He got the fall in overtime in 12 seconds.
I think it's O'Connor took a shot and missed it, and Tino was able to capitalize.
Tino had the initial, O'Connor took the initial shot. O'Connor took the initial one. Tino fended that off, and then O'Connor got off balance.
Just lost his balance.
And Tino dove in on him, and he almost lost it.
Yes, there was a tussle there where if Tino wasn't able to right his hips, he was going to get taken down. And I think he just gave the home crowd a roar right into this lens.
That is the third Stateliner title Kyle Tino with a fall in 6:12.
A very exciting finish.
Phillipsburg's third title. He joins Roth and Matsko. Second for Middlesex.
Fifth place bout went to Leon of St. Peter's Prep. And the third place bout went to Cirillo with a pin in 243.
That's Watchung Hills and Carroll of Seton Hall Prep finishing in fourth.
Decker of Seton Hall. In third place, Xavier Pena of Bound.
So the medal winners at 32.
In second place, Travis Jones of Phillipsburg.
Fifth place going to Jake Stein of Ridge for his victory. The fourth place winner, Connor Decker of Seton Hall. Third place for Xavier Pena of Bound Brook. And the 132-pound second place winner, Travis Jones of Phillipsburg. The winner, Mark Montgomery of Roselle Park, for that 12-5 decision.
And District 13 now has 5 titles. So 145, we have Rise Royster of Rawway, the District 15 champ. He'll be in the white. Red and black Rawway on the back, facing Matt Sacco of Bridgewater. The Panthers, he's a senior, 33-0. This is the District 15 champ Royster, District 14 champ Sacco. The 1 and 2 seeds. No advantage, they have wrestled 30 seconds. John Reese is the referee for this bout, and Doug Hess assisting.
138-pound fifth place match. Winner by decision, Alejandro Leon, St. Peter's Prep.
Royster reached for a leg.
5-2.
Couldn't get it.
Result.
Referee telling both boys to work. They break apart. They are a combined 64-1. Royster was a champ 2 years ago as Sacco dives in on the right leg. They go off neutral at 42 seconds. Tell you one thing I'm pretty sure of. I don't think Kyle Tino expected to get a fall in 12 seconds of overtime.
No, and I think since he got the takedown, he pretty much got the fall.
Yeah. He got that the tying takedown with 7 seconds to go.
Yeah, that was key, obviously. He got in on the double and was able to work his way up a bit. Got a little help maybe from the coaching staff at Phillipsburg, as it was right in front of them and they were screaming for a takedown call.
I mean, he had come close at the end of the second. He came close twice in the third before finally getting that takedown. And it was just the taller and the reach of O'Connor that kept fending him off. First period ends scoreless here at 145 with Royster and Sacco. Royster will go underneath to start the second.
Yeah, O'Connor had used hands around the waist in order to keep Tino from getting the takedown. And on second to last attempt, he had trapped the right arm to prevent Tino from working his way up.
Royster stands. Sacco missed on the mat return. Royster has an escape, and the Rawway senior has a 1-0 lead. Royster a fall in 239 over Shahid Green of Plainfield in the quarters, and a 4-2 decision over Guerrero of Roselle Park in the semis. High crotch attempted here by Sacco and a whizzer put in by Royster. Royster able to power him with the whizzer and take him off, no advantage. Sacco, the 2 seed, won in the quarters of fall in 323 over Aiden Cunningham of Seton Hall Prep, and a 3-0 decision over Connor Halpin of Cranford in the semis. Underhooking the left shoulder on Royster is Sacco. Royster reached for the left ankle, couldn't pull it in. Wrestlers break apart. Under a minute to wrestle here in the second. 1-0 lead for Sacco. Bridgewater gets it, tries to get in on the right leg of Royster, who sprawls. There's no stalling warnings, and they are off again. Royster was 6th in this region a year ago. He is a Union County tournament champ. Sacco is a Somerset County champ, and he was 4th in this region a year ago when he was 32-12. Circle each other to the right. Stalling warning on Royster as Sacco took a shot. First warning in the bout. Final 10 seconds here of the second. And we are through 2. 1-0 Royster. Sacco's choice in the third. Sacco will go underneath. Not a lot of scoring in these last few bouts, especially for lightweights. I mean, it's an indication of how even the talent is. Sacco had his 1, decided to try and dive in for 2. So on the escape, it's 1-1. And we will work takedowns. 15 seconds gone in the third. Royster gonna wait in the center for Sacco.
Next to the first place match.
And Royster took a bump to the head, and injury time is gonna roll for Rise Royster of Rahway. Just thinking back, Bob, to that to the Hall of Fame ceremony for Coach Turner, and you had mentioned about the sketch drawing that
Yes.
he got. That was actually signed on the borders by as many of his wrestlers as they could locate and get them to a place to sign. They did that at the gym and some of the wrestling matches, and some of Coach Turner's Phillipsburg wrestlers were here to honor him. Bob Zarrow, 2-time state champ. Bob Krusnick was here. Rick Thompson. And now taking a shot to the eye is Sacco, and he backs out of that. He's going to blink and rub and check that if it's a contact, that it's still there.
Now, for everyone coached by Coach Turner to sign, it would have to have been like a sheet of plywood.
Near a takedown. Sacco covers that left ankle and gets the takedown. He goes up 3-1 with 1:18 to go. Royster stands. Sacco looking for the mat return. Hanging on to the left foot, trying to picks that leg up and then lost control. Royster gets a reversal and ties it at 3. So Royster on a reversal as Sacco had let him go, but didn't get enough space between the two of them, and Royster got a reversal to tie. Now Sacco has to try to get away to take the lead with just under a minute to go. Doug Hess at the scorer's table. And the Rahway coaches just making sure that Doug is correct. It is 3-3. That was a reversal and not an escape and then a takedown. Sacco has an escape. He's got the lead. 4-3. 45 seconds to go. Sacco has the only takedown. Tries to snap down on the head. Circle each other to the left. 25 seconds to wrestle. No stalling warnings in this. Sacco wants to tie up with Rise. Near the edge, Sacco circles at the edge. 12 seconds to go. Sacco dives in there off at 9 seconds. Sacco backs out of that right away. Royster reaches for a leg, can't get it. Off they go at 3 seconds. So Matt Sacco of Bridgewater, 3 seconds away from a title and keeping his mark unblemished, 34-0. Sacco with a 4-3 decision at 145 for Bridgewater. Bridgewater in first at 145 and a second for Rawway. They put 2 in the finals and they have 2 runners up. The 5th place bout there went to Todd, Julian Todd of St. Peter's.
It was a 9-7 win over Connorville of Governor Livingston. And Elvin Guerrero won 4-2 over Connor Halpin of Carteret. So Guerrero takes 3rd place for Roselle Park.
Troy O'Connor, Middlesex, Dunellen. And the 2019 Region 4 champion, 138-pound weight class.
Medal winners at 138 pounds. 5th place went to Alejandro Leon, a 5-2 winner. 4th place to Cole Carroll of Seton Hall Prep. 3rd place to Nick Cerullo of Watchung Hills. He got a pin at 243 over Carroll. And Troy O'Connor of Middlesex placed 2nd, having been pinned by Phillipsburg's Kyle Tino in 6-12. So Tino, the medal winner at 138.
Cody Harrison for Phillipsburg at 152. Harrison in on a leg on Wilt of Seton Hall Prep, picks that leg up and has a takedown. Harrison's on top, 2-0. Wilt, the 3 seed, a sophomore, 29-7, the District 16 champ. Cody Harrison, the District 13 champ for the Stateliners. The senior is 34-2. Reaching for that right wrist. Now wants to work that high wrist. Try and pick Wilt up through the crotch, keeping that high wrist. Referee is Doug Hess.
145-pound first place match.
Harrison working that wrist, picks up on the left leg. Let's try and pick him up and stack him up.
Bridgewater, Remington. Score 4-3.
Harrison maintaining control with a minute gone here in the first, ahead 2-0. Looking to become Phillipsburg's 4th champ. And a repeat for Cody Harrison. Cody riding out the left side. Weight high on the back. Looking over to Dave Post in the chairs to our left for some instruction. 20 seconds to go. Wilt looking over to Coach Decker of the Pirates. See what he should be doing here. He picks him up, stacks him up, and able to roll off his back is Wilt. Harrison with a right-hand tight waist, riding out the right side. 4 seconds to go. And Cody Harrison of Phillipsburg will have a 2-0 lead after 1 here at 152.
Harrison got a pin in 141 in the semis against Tom Kellner of St. Peter's. And Wilt with a come-from-behind 10-7 win over A.J. Bensavega of Cranford.
Wilt defers, and Harrison chose neutral. Wilt much taller than Harrison. Dives in on a double. Harrison sprawls front head and arm. Now he's around the right leg. Harrison keeps the right leg underneath him. Picks that leg up over top his head. Wilt hanging on to the left foot and ankle of Harrison. Maybe near a stalemate here. And there's the call from Doug Hess. Minute 28 to go in the second. Cody Harrison excellent on his feet. And only the, he's ranked second in this weight class by NJ.com, and it was Nick O'Connell of Southern who beat Harrison on his feet in the dual meet with the Rams. Half a shot by Wilt, half a shot by Harrison. Cody looking at a Russian tie, then goes to a double. Wilt with a whizzer. Harrison on a second attack in on the left leg, reaching for the right leg. Has two hands around that right leg. Wilt's trying to lock to the crotch, and another stalemate's called at 42 seconds to go in the second. Again, that length a problem for a state liner wrestler. It was for Kyle Tino at 138 in the final, although he prevailed in overtime.
Should be at the awards area next to the first place match.
Circle to the right.
With the top
30 seconds to go here in the second. Wilt dives in, front head and arm for Harrison.
Next to the first place match. Thank you.
Harrison in on the left leg to a double. Can't drive through it. Keeps the left leg. Again, weight on top. Wilt keeps his weight on top of Harrison. And we will end the second with Harrison on top, 2-0, Wilt's choice. Wilt's gonna go down.
So Harrison chose neutral for the second period, but uncharacteristically could not get a takedown.
Wilt's the Essex County Tournament champ and the District 16 champion. Coming up at 160 is another District 13 rematch between Joe D'Elia of New Providence and Jacob Vega of Carteret. Harrison behind, stalling call on Harrison on top, first warning. Cody set. Left hand tight waist. Wilt trying to get up on all fours here. Harrison reaches back for the left leg. Trying to take Wilt off his base. Has that left leg trapped. Wilt is out. It's 2-1 Harrison. Minute 25 to go. Wilt's not taken a shot yet. Harrison has been the one who's been shooting. Wilt trailing 2-1. Harrison does have a stalling warning. Wilt goes for the tie-up with Harrison. Harrison circles back to the center. We've got 1 minute to wrestle. Diving in, Wilt. Harrison spins around behind as a takedown, and on the mat return, he will maintain control at 4-1.
Very quick counter there from Cody Harrison.
Yeah, his re-attacks and third attack, I think, are very impressive.
It's almost like he sees the game at a different speed than everyone else.
Weight high on the back of Wilt and controlling that right wrist. 30 seconds to go in the bout. So the state liners had 3 champs a year ago. On the escape, it's 4-2, 15 seconds to go. And off they go in front of the state liner bench.
Harrison has a warning and saw, and Wilt was coming right after him, and Harrison used the edge there to his advantage.
10 seconds to go. Wilt with half a shot. Harrison circles. Wilt misses an attempt at the right leg. And Cody Harrison has his back-to-back championship. A 4-2 decision for Cody Harrison, and Phillipsburg has 4 champs. That is the most for the Stateliners since they had 4 in 1998-99. 3 titles last year and 4 this year. 4-2 for Cody Harrison.
In the third place bout, Bensavega of Cranford, Carteret, excuse me, up 15-4, and just 30 seconds to go over Kellner of St. Peter's Prep. And looks like the fifth place bout is over with Ugalde having won 5-2. Another takedown now for Bensavega. That makes it 17-4. And that's the way that one's going to end. So Bensavega wins to place third, 17-4 over Kellner.
The 145-pound weight class.
And now the medal winners at 145.
Connor Halpin of Cranford. In third place, Elvin Guerrero, Roselle Park.
Roselle Parks Guerrero placed third with a 4-2 victory over Connor Halpin.
And the 2019
And
Region 4 champion, the 100 and
Troy O'Connor.
weight class from Bridgewater, Raritan, Matt Sacco.
Rice Royster placed second, and the winner at 145, Matt Sacco of Bridgewater, with a 4-3 victory over Royster of Rawley.
160-pound weight class.
Then we'll go to 160. So it'll be Joe D'Elia of New Providence, the top seed, in a District 13 rematch with the number 2 seed, Jacob Vega of Carteret. He's in the blue with the C on the chest. New Providence, D'Elia in the black with the NP and green on the chest. Phillipsburg 4 for 5 in the finals. They have 4 titles. Roselle Park has 2. Westfield has 2. And nobody else with more than 1. D'Elia won 1-0 in the quarters over McCrae Nikelafak of Plainfield. D'Elia's in on the right leg of Vega. No advantage as they go off. And D'Elia won 6-2 in the semis over Frank Medina of Watchung Hills. Vega had a first-round match, a fall in a minute 41 over Phil Osorio of Bayonne, 19-3 technical fall in 309 over Joe Sclerora of Governor Livingston in the quarters, and a 6-3 decision over Alex Dorse of Linden, 6-3 in the semis.
D'Elia's win, Mike, in the district championships was 9-2, and he got a 5-point play in the first and rode that out to victory.
The New Providence coaches yelling at D'Elia to stay low. Vega tries to reach for a leg, can't get it. Vega was one of just 2 Carteret qualifiers. New Providence only had 2 as well. It was lonely in the practice room. But they're
Made the most of it.
Yeah, they're both outstanding wrestlers. I'm very impressed with D'Elia on top. He just doesn't leave any room.
He's kind of sneaky good.
His first period will end scoreless here at 160. These are the 1 and 2 seeds. D'Elia's 35-3. Vega's 37-2. D'Elia's going to go underneath to start the second. And Vega will cut him. D'Elia underhooks the left shoulder. Now Vega's in on the right leg, picks that leg up. He has D'Elia up in the air. D'Elia wrapped around the back of Vega, right in the center. That's going to be stopped, potentially dangerous. Working takedowns again. That was a decent shot by Vega. Vega was 4th in the district a year ago, excuse me, in the region, when he was 32-10. D'Elia was 5th a year ago when he was 30-5. In on a leg is Vega. Picks up that left leg. Then D'Elia tries to funk. Vega picks up the left foot, the left ankle. Still no advantage. D'Elia again with a funk roll. Vega has his left leg. There's still no advantage here. Vega hooks his left leg, trying to cross face him. Still no advantage. Now a funk roll by Vega. And there's a takedown for D'Elia. And he leads 3-0 with 30 seconds to go in the second. A roll by Vega. And the New Providence coaches and 1,000 people behind us want back points. He's got Vega on his back. And a fall for D'Elia. In 3:46. Joe D'Elia of New Providence, the regional champion at 160.
That was quite a scramble that led up to that pinning combination for Joe D'Elia, as Jake Vega and he were gripping each other's feet. And it was nip and tuck as to who would get the takedown. D'Elia finally got his hips in the better position and then was able to check back Vega for the pin.
I tell you, we have seen some college-style scrambles here in the finals.
Yeah, guys that are just not giving up. You know, grabbing a foot and holding on for dear life and using it for all the leverage they can manage.
Still have the third place bout going on at 160.